highway improvement projects on the sales tax list are at various stages of progress. They include planning, bidding, designing, or construction.
All the projects that we're currently working on for the county with the 1 cent sales tax accommodates a number of different activities. Pedestrians, cyclists, moms and dads walking their kids. For example, on SC 170, we have a 10-foot multi-use path. That'll be the entire 6 miles length of that widening project. On the SC 802 project, we have actually incorporated into the large bridge that will be spanning the Beaufort River a dedicated pedestrian walkway which will be protected from traffic by a concrete barrier wall. You'll have a beautiful view of the river down below. We're going to have a handrail system that is safe, but yet will allow you to see the dolphins down in the river and no obstruction. So pedestrian friendly and walkers, bikers, joggers, that is an integral part of the design of our roads and bridges.
In addition to providing safe roadways, Beaufort County leaders want to ensure that every environmental concern is addressed in the best way possible before construction begins.
Most of these projects are near the coast or on the coast. Inevitably, there is some saltwater critical area and freshwater impacts. To mitigate that, though, we have gone above and beyond the call of duty, and the agencies, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and OCRM have complimented on us on going the extra effort to save the environment. For instance, on the Bluffton Parkway 5A project, we started off with 4 acres of saltwater marsh impact, and we knew that just wasn't going to cut it. So we asked the engineers to go the extra mile, and what we did was, in essence, came up with some innovative engineering that limited the impacts or reduced the impacts from 4 acres down to half an acre, which is tremendous. And it added an extra about $800,000 to the cost of the overall project, but the savings in the environmental side far outweigh that, both in time and money.
One of the 10 big sales tax projects includes the resurfacing of US 278 on Hilton Head Island, in partnership with the Department of Transportation. This will improve the safety, maintenance cost, and ride characteristics of the route. This project should be completed by April of 2009 and cost $2.6 million.
Resurfacing, this road badly needed it. 278 all the way from the bridge to Sea Pines is heavily traveled, and there are a lot of dips in the road. A lot of the curbs are missing. It just needed a complete overhaul, and so it is being done in 3 phases. The first phase, roughly from Indigo Run up to the Cracker Barrel, the old Cracker Barrel where it used to be, and the next phase from the Cracker Barrel up to Sea Pine Circle, then falling back from Indigo Run, going toward Off Island to Gumtree Road. And the project is expected to last through most of the year, with stoppage for the Heritage, of course, and be somewhere around $24 million.
Project 2B, as it's known, is almost complete at US 278 and Squire Pope Road on Hilton Head Island. The county has spent about $1.2 million so far. This project is expected to be finished in late February, in plenty of time for the tourist season. The realignment will provide a safer approach to the intersection by eliminating a curve.
Well, the realignment of the Squire Pope intersection improves the safety and the engineering characteristics, because as cars approach the intersection in the old geometry, they didn't have as much of a sight distance as they do now with the new geometry.
South Carolina 802 in northern Beaufort County is also identified as a major priority. This project is composed of 2 sections of South Carolina 802. The portion on Ladies Island from the McTier Bridge to US 21 intersection, and the section known as Savannah Highway from the Shell Point community to South Carolina 170. $11 million in major safety upgrades will be made, including the expansion to 4 lanes, intersection improvements along the corridor, raised medians, sidewalks, and new stormwater controls. Completion is expected in 2011.
The county has tried to engage as many stakeholders as possible in the process, because in years past, oftentimes the Department of Transportation or other agencies did not involve them to the degree that they should be. So now we're just trying to make sure that everyone's needs and desires are met, and as we go through this program at the county level, making sure that we end up with projects that everybody's satisfied with and are proud of the results.
Improvements to 3 intersections along South Carolina 802 in the town of Port Royal are expected to cost about $600,000. They include Old Shell Road, West Paris Avenue, and Vinay Avenue. The project will improve safety, capacity, and geometry. Local contractor REA Construction is working on this project.
Well, one thing that's going to affect the town of Port Royal is the improvement of 3 intersections in the town of Port Royal. One is the Vinay and Edinburgh realignment, which will improve safety, and also is designed to have a traffic signal there at that intersection. West Paris Avenue will be straightened up and more like a traditional intersection, and the end part of Columbia Avenue will be closed to vehicle traffic. And we move on up to O'Shell Road in Casablanca. There will be no left turn on either side of that road for safety purpose, because the line of sight is a problem there. So it's basically for safety, and I think they're also going to add some additional sidewalks along Riverboat Road for safety purposes.
When voters approved the $152 million referendum, cost of each project identified on the ballot had been carefully calculated. Since then, costs soared due to the skyrocketing price of oil. Transporting materials to the site went up, as did the price of asphalt, a petroleum-based product. However, some money was saved in other areas. But these are just a few of the 10 big transportation improvement projects approved for funding by Beaufort County voters in the 2007 1% sales tax referendum. Keep watching the County Channel for future updates.